everybody.
Hi.
If you're watching this is our Power Rangers game. Um, First one, it's going to be very loose. It's going to be very chaotic. The rules are going to shift and slide because the rules, as written in the official Power Rangers RPG that we're playing, the book is here, here, um, are how to politely say a mess currently because we don't really know, but essentially they released a kind of flawed version of it that wasn't updated with actually how the rules are. But if you're watching this, we're going to do our best to figure it out as we go along. But yeah, it's going to be chaotic. Don't expect rules mastery at this point, but it's going to be fun. So we have 3 players with us. Let's I'm trying to think if we should introduce now or
Maybe describe the world a little bit first.
yeah, I would do that. As you can tell, we have so much planning involved in this.
So much.
So the world is our world, so to speak. It is Earth, but not quite our Earth. It's an Earth where aliens and stuff exist, but people don't really know about it. So effectively, think those who are familiar with Power Rangers, this is an alternative Earth, like RPM or Dino Charge, I believe it is, where it's not. So it's Earth and it's with it connected to Power Rangers universe, but it's not along the main continuity of the Rangers. So there haven't been 20 teams prior to this, but for the most part, it is our world, circa 2020-ish, 2018, minus certain pandemics that make things less fun because everyone's inside. And we'll actually take place in a fictional city, not a real city, but a fictional city. But in our world, it is Angel Grove, standard one, started with those familiar with Mighty Morphin, but it's not the Angel Grove of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It is an alternative reality version of that. Hope you're following. In other words, we're doing our own thing and ignoring mainly continuity because half our players don't even know what that is.
I know what continuity is.
Just don't know the Power Rangers continuity.
Yes.
They get powers and then they use them.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. So we start at a school. All 3 of our players are involved in a high school in some way. So how many of you were playing students versus like teachers, gender?
I went with being a student.
I am also a student.
I'm also a student.
All right, all students.
Perfect.
That works out.
I'd never work in a school.
Ouch.
That was my
Fine.
character. That wasn't me. That's my character would say.
So we start in the school. The 3 of you are classmates. You're currently in, what's a nice, interesting class? Oh,
Philosophy.
Sure, philosophy. So you were, all 3 of you were asked to stay behind after class to help with a philosophy project. There's going to be a school, like, not necessarily party. I'm trying to think what schools have where they get together and just like a festival, after school festival for people in a couple weeks. The 3 of you being chosen randomly, unless you volunteered, were chosen by the philosophy teacher, a Mr. Buckmeyer, to basically handle the philosophy classes entrance into this festival. He's not sure what you can really do, but he's excited to see what y'all eventually do. So that's where we begin, and you're in class. So after class talking, so we're going to go around. You're going to introduce your character's name and a general appearance. Don't say what color range or anything you are yet, because that is actually part character creation, so they already kind of picked that, but we're introduced that at a dramatically appropriate time.
Can
So
we
score one.
foreshadow it with our wardrobe choices?
Yeah, we're all in bodysuits,
like
right?
that's
That's a high school
required.
outfit.
No, you
I
just
mean-
be in whatever casual wear you would wear to public school, I assume.
Yeah, no uniforms or anything.
You don't know me.
So let's
That's not
start.
true.
Let us start with Katrina.
Hi. So I am playing Piper Hall. She is a bit of a rebel that is definitely from a more rural, small town background. She usually wears like ratty jeans that are like cut off into shorts if it's summer, and tank tops and like oversized pull. My brain is farting out.
Cowboy hat.
No, the checkerboard flannels.
Flannel?
Yes. I don't know why that was where my brain decided to just exit my body. But yeah, she's got short brown hair that she usually has up in like a messy ponytail. Yeah.
Alright,
And I cannot recall if I said her name. Her name is Piper.
yes. Piper Hall. Alright, next we will go with Quinn.
Okay, my character is Tony Acero, who's on the track team. He is wearing like a red muscle shirt, jeans, and has white sneakers. He has short brown hair.
All right. And finally, Luke.
This character's name is Spencer Santa Barbara. He's pretty pale. He has eyeliner. He has the sides of his head is shaved with like long hair on top that sort of hangs over one eye. He has a short sleeve, shiny, dull green jacket with yellow, orange, and red stripes, with like a long sleeve black t-shirt under it with flames on the sleeves, and like a baggy black cargo pants with a chain wallet. But he has nice athletic shoes on, which sort of stick out from the rest of what he's wearing.
All right. All right. So the three of you, as that are sitting after class, working on this assignment, you know the festival coming up is supposed to be like a celebration of school and academics. It's supposed to have, you know, different like booths and displays of different academic fields. It's also going to have food, and that's themed around the different things. So just to get the characters knowing, you're sitting around, what are some ideas you're throwing out for this festival for your psychology class or philosophy class? Psychology. That was what I went to school for.
Well, okay, so like what's happening at this festival thing? Is it like is it like as a fundraiser or like talent show sort of thing? Or
Is it a seasonal thing like the spring festival or something?
Yeah, so it's held at the beginning of every academic year to get people to know what the different stuff are, so that in the spring when you pick new classes, you can kind of figure out what to do. It's supposed to be like there's like a component where you kind of like go around the gymnasium and there'd be booths talking about different things, but there's also going to be an outside thing with like moon bounces to keep people interested and stuff. And it's just a general festival of academics.
So school fair.
Yeah.
well, my first thought would be the simplest to make a booth out of would be like simple diagram sort of thing of the allegory of the cave. The idea of how can you tell what is real if all you can see are the shadows on the wall. That shouldn't be too hard to make happen with like a spotlight and some cardboard cutouts.
How good about just doing crafts?
I mean, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I don't know.
Do you think people are
Philosophy is
going to
not
get
my
that?
best. I mean, well, no, but that's why you would explain it. But also, like the allegory of the cave is one of the simpler ones.
Nobody's going to pay attention to it anyways. We should just make some plaster busts of philosophers. That's what people know about.
Let's do a
I mean,
dunk
nobody's gonna
tank.
recognize them anyway.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Let's do a dunk tank.
Why would a dump tank have anything to do with philosophy?
Because
I've
your
never
actions
been
don't
in a
matter.
dunk tank
It's
before.
nihilism.
I've never been in a dunk tank before, and I think it'd be fun.
You're volunteering to surprise swim.
I mean, maybe if I can also, can we take turns?
Can or
we
must.
assign something for a dunk tank? Are we old enough to get a dunk tank?
Well,
don't
like
have money
not
for that.
us, no, but like the professors could get it. And I guess you'd have to like maybe sign off for like a
Do we have a budget?
permission slip.
Money's
Per-
made up anyways, but
What was the professor's name? I don't remember. Or the
Mr.
teacher's name?
Buckmeyer.
Buckminster.
Mr. Buckmeyer, do we have a budget for this?
A budget?
Yeah.
Yeah, could we rent a cave? I think
We're
that's
not
what she was
renting a
talking about.
cave. No.
What do you want? You wanted cave shadow?
You make that out of
I-
cardboard.
The budget is whatever supplies you can find in the supply closet there.
There's not a dunk tank in this.
I walk over to the supply closet. What's inside?
Construction paper, boards, cardboard stuff, pencils, pens, streamers, coloring supplies. Basically where she's like, yeah, I took it from the arts teacher. They lent it to me. I also can loan some money if we want food. I got like $100.
I
That's a
mean,
lot of food.
I figured they were gonna have like, I hope they're gonna have food because like $100 isn't gonna, $100 or barely feed our class, let alone like everyone.
Yeah, the food they're having catered, but some other teachers have more money than me and they do it. I mean, I am a philosophy teacher teaching at a high school.
The government doesn't care about teachers. You don't get paid enough.
Nah,
No, they don't.
I only get paid 75 a year.
75
what?
bucks.
Is that a lot?
75 I mean, it seems like a lot, but we are in California.
Oh, then no.
Yeah.
Valid.
Like in Wyoming or Colorado, I'd be fucking rich, but you know, in California, I'm a lower middle.
Yeah.
Mr. Buckmeyer, what's your favorite philosophy exhibit? Idea.
Well, the idea is for the kids to do it, and but
Teach us.
I think I've been teaching you for several weeks now. I do like the idea of going with the non-Platonian philosophers because a lot of people only remember the first handful. Like doing something with like
Plutarch, is
middle.
that one?
It's called Plato, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Spa.
Yeah.
That's how I remember which order they go in.
Yeah.
And then there's the pre-Socratic ones, which are Axiomander, Axiomandes, Thales, and there's like one or two others that nobody gives a crap about.
Which was the guy that who hated Amadeus?
I think that was a
Mozart?
salad.
Salieri. That's right.
So, yeah. I think
Is there
that's
one of those?
music.
But is there one of those for philosophy? We could do like a rivalry thing, like a versus.
Oh, even though he's been done to death, there's Pythagoras who died because he refused to run through a bean field because he held beans as sacred.
What?
Was a tiger chasing him or something? Why did he have to run somewhere?
But I think it was a mob of people who just really hated him because he was an arrogant SOB that thought he was better than everyone else.
I think maybe if he
Possible.
ran, he would have
Who
lived
was
another
the-
5
which-
minutes.
Remind me, which philosopher was the one? Was it Socrates who always asked a million questions and pissed everyone
Yeah.
off?
It's called the Socratic method, where your
Right.
idea is
So we
yes.
combine that with a dunk tank, and whoever is in the dunk tank just plays Socrates and asks why until people are annoyed enough that they will pay money to throw them in the water.
Also, Thales believed all things came from water. So
we-
water was the elemental essence of the universe.
Water is the essence of wetness.
Yes, but water itself cannot be moist or wet because it is indeed that which causes the state to become.
Are you sure? Doesn't sound right.
Isn't wetness a measure of how much water content you have? And if you're at 100%, that's still a number.
But water in of itself cannot have water content.
Water is a
What-
is
it
water
is
content.
water content.
That's like saying
But-
air can't be dry because it's not a surface.
Air cannot be air. Water cannot be water.
I
Because water
mean,
is.
That
But now,
doesn't.
Air
Yeah.
is
You're
Now, if
talking
you-
in circles. So we should make an exhibit about that.
or we could just take the essence of the moisture out of the water and put it into something else and transubstantiate it.
What does that mean?
You're just making up sounds now.
Okay.
That was the idea of Aristotle, and it was the idea that the church had for many centuries, where the true essence of something is what defines it. And if you take that essence and take it out and move it into something else, that becomes the essence of the thing. So if you take what is chair and take the essence of chair out of the object and put it into a duck, the duck therefore becomes chair.
Are we putting a duck on the dunk tank?
Is this like
I think he'd
an
enjoy
ether
that.
type of thing?
No, it's just something philosophers said about back in the days. But Aristotle had a very strong hold along the medieval thinking for many centuries.
What about the ship of Theseus? That's related.
Yes,
The
Theseus
essence
now.
of the ship.
that can be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's build a ship.
Maybe
Okay,
we can rent a
okay.
canoe. Let me go talk to the gym teacher and stuff. See if we can borrow a canoe. I think we got
What?
hammers and saws too. So
This is
he
what
gets up
happens
and
when you
goes
fall
walking out.
asleep
People
in
could pay
class.
to replace a piece of the canoe and take part in changing it into a new boat.
So the teacher, you see him just like leave the room, going
Yeah,
down
take
to
it
the gym.
apart, put it back together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we
As-
get after he leaves? I'm gonna be like, are we getting graded for this?
I hope not.
I hope we are because it seems like it'd
I
be an easy
mean,
A.
I would assume it would be extra credit. I'm hoping for that, but honestly, I was just expecting that I
Um,
just got selected for this because I fell asleep in the middle of class.
I need all the points I can get off the back
Yeah.
end.
There is extra credit involved. It's just most of the students either already were doing stuff for their favorite classes or just didn't care enough. But that's why he basically randomly picked people to volunteer.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
as you're sitting there, though, you notice that the sky is starting to get really dark, like darker than it should, and you know there wasn't any storms or bad weather planned
Is
for
it
today.
is it later than we thought? We've been here forever. Let's
Yeah,
get out of here.
I'm gonna like look at my phone. Does it look like they're going for any kind of storm?
Nah, and it's only like
And it's like
3.
dark like thunderstorm, not like green like tornado.
It's dark like eclipse.
That's real weird.
Should we? This looks bad. Like, I don't think that.
But it's
Okay,
getting
I'm
dark.
curious. It's not. Dude, it's like, what time of year is it, Kevin?
I mean, it's probably spring. We're
It's
gonna have
fall
an
because
academic
he said we're starting a new school year.
So yeah,
Oh.
it's mid-September.
Well, we
Yeah,
know what happens when it ends.
the sunset
I don't wanna
doesn't.
find out.
Sun doesn't set until like 7 o'clock. It's
Time change? Daylight
from
savings?
7 to 4.
That's like 3:10.
I'm gonna go outside. I'm
Maybe the government
curious.
changed it this year.
I'm
They're
gonna
always
go out
messing with
too.
people. I'll go out too, just because everyone else is doing it.
As you get up to go, the whole room starts shaking.
That's the big
Uh,
one. Get in the hallway. I mean, under the chair.
No, you get under the
No,
desks,
Run
dumbass.
outside. I run outside.
No,
I don't know how it
Spencer.
works.
Spencer,
Uh,
you get under the table to avoid falling debris.
I will. I will try and grab
debris
Spencer
outside,
and
I yell
shove him under a
As-
desk.
As
That's
you
the
are
sky's
doing
fault.
that,
Tony
you
has no
notice that you feel a tingling sensation, and the three of you just like it feels like someone just grabbed you and just started pulling you through the air at super speeds, and you just see everything fly by you. And next thing you know, you're in a cave.
Piper's yelling.
That's that cave you wanted. We finally got here, and your damn desk didn't help.
Hey, what? Don't leave the desk out of it.
Okay, so we're in a cave. Is there any light in this cave?
Yes, as you are getting up and you think about that, the cave lights up, and you see a figure in front of you, an older man with like kind of bald, got a white kind of beard, about this long, down to the chest, holding a staff, and just like, oh, nice. Ooh, or not quite what I was expecting, but hey,
What do you want, creep?
What the
Huh?
hell just
For
happened?
you. What's going
I
on?
I
What's all
have
this then?
I've transported you here to help save the world.
I'm listening.
Wait,
I
you're being
call-
serious?
I call shenanigans on that.
It's true.
Where's the
I
transport pad?
Wait, to save us from what? The like solar eclipse that just happened out of nowhere or what?
Has the Earth been destroyed?
one question at a
Aren't we in
time.
the Earth?
Do I still have cell phone service?
I don't know.
It's spotty. It's like going to your 3G or whatever.
Oh shit,
I
we're
mean,
as good as dead here.
I guess like the satellites are still around.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you're safe here for the most part.
Okay. And
Yeah,
you are
I am the sage Barza.
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 What is that? Portuguese?
No, it's
Nah, man, I think it's Russian.
what? No, I'm not from your world.
Is it Japanese? It's like gyoza.
Wait, what?
I know, Goza. It's a weird word. It's Japanese, but
No, 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 no. What do you mean not from our world?
It's like a little
Uh,
mermaid thing.
Yes, I am from another world far away. I came here long ago to protect your world. But
You
I have
kind of
summoned
look
you.
just like a old confused man.
Or like some kind of wizard.
Wait, let the wizard talk, guys.
Yes.
Intrigued.
Man.
If you wanted to kill us, we'd be dead.
I don't want to kill you at all. So, you've asked us several questions in repeated succession, so let me try to answer what I can. 1, the world has not been destroyed. It is quite still and safe. 2, the darkening or the solar eclipse is the indication that the Black Prince has come to basically conquer the world. I have chosen you 3 to stop them from doing that. And I am from another world. I came here centuries ago to protect this nice planet from the forces of darkness that occasionally come here for some odd reason. They show up a lot.
It's because we have
Okay.
water. Usually it's because we have water.
mean,
No, I think
It is surprise. We are kind of like a rare example, Goldilocks world.
and that's
sorry,
where I was
you were
saying.
saying.
But anyway,
You're out. You're
yeah,
right.
I think
Goldilocks,
it's
holy what?
Goldilocks.
not too far, not too close. Perfect.
Well, that keeps the door protected.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Yes, just right.
M class.
Good soup. Anyway, so yes, you have come here because I've chosen you to stop the Black Prince from taking over your world. Him and
Okay.
his army of creatures. Yes.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Why us and not like the military?
Is this prince worse than the government? They're all the same anyways. They only care about themselves.
Dude, come on.
I mean, like,
So you were chosen because even if you don't display it now, you have deep down a soul that is very compatible with the Morphing Grid, and you're also descendants of heroes from the past. But that's beside the point.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what and what?
What?
So this is nepotism then? We're just chosen because we were born randomly in a certain way.
What is
Not quite random.
the
I
grid?
mean,
The morphing grid.
Morphing Grid is a
Actually, yeah,
bio.
answer her question.
That's a bioenergy grid that connects all living things in the universe and beyond. It actually connects us to multiple parallel universes too.
Heavy.
Anyway,
Like the-
being able to connect and power it will turn you into great warriors, and you will be able to fight off this horrible, horrible thing that is attacking your world.
The thing that's making that's making the blocking out the sun right now.
Yes, that is his ship coming into the system.
Well, why are we still talking here? Let's get going.
Wait, how can 3 people stop an army?
That, yes, that.
Well, you see, for some
mean, she
damn
can't
reason, the
even fight.
forces of darkness in this universe
Hey,
have this really weird
I know how to
habit
throw a punch.
of sending one creature at a time to attack the world, and if it gets defeated, they just send another stronger one, and they keep that up until they either run
That's
out
super
creatures
dumb.
or conquer the world. I know it's the weirdest philosophy. I don't know why they do that.
You almost said the magic word.
Yeah, philosophy. Ah, that's the word. Oh, Pee Wee Herman people. All right.
Do not remember
Ah.
that.
Does this mean our school festival's canceled?
Probably
Mm.
not.
Do we get credit for this?
I'm not a teacher.
I mean, he doesn't look like our professor, so
Anyway.
I'm gonna assume no.
He
In
looks like
order
a
to-
professor.
In order to gain the power, you must gain the morphings. So let me give you your morphers. These will allow you to tap into this morphing grid. And by doing so, you will gain skill, knowledge, and power beyond what you currently have.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Yes. You will unlock the powers of mighty beasts of your world.
Oh, it's like Beetleborgs.
No, like that
Animorphs.
teenage.
Like Animorphs? Animaniacs.
What?
What?
No, come on,
What?
come on, man, get with the times.
Street Sharks.
Shut up. Let him just do the thing.
All right. Let me go grab the morphers real quick. It's like I have been researching your world some, and I've chosen some great beings. But I've also noticed that you have penchant for certain objects, so I've divined the morphers to meet that. So, all right.
I come from an Android family, so if it's an iPhone, we might have a problem.
All right. You should be unlocked with powers of powerful animal spirits.
Okay.
And to do this, you will use these morphers. And he pulls out what looks like cell phones. Like you flip them up. He's like, they also act as
Flip phones?
communicators.
This
Yes.
is a brick.
Whoa, dude.
Do we hit them with this?
I flip it
You hit him with your
open.
fist. Now to
That,
activate
that I understand.
it, you open it up, hit the big red button, and say it's morphin' time. And you will morph and gain the power of your animal spirits.
Why the red button? Wouldn't it make more sense if it was the green button? Because it's green to go.
And why do we have to say a phrase? Couldn't it just be the button press?
Well,
Or it's
maybe
like
the button press like
two-factor
activates
You
authentication.
can just say the words. Come on, this is some
Like
this is
two-factor
some
authentication,
Star
right?
Trek shit.
It's a safety precaution so that someone just doesn't hit it and transform without. It's key to your voice too.
If you wanted like Star Trek, you could just say "Power me up."
What? Anyway, so to you, as he hands it to Spencer, you gain the power of the cheetah. Goes over to Piper.
This I
You
like.
gain the power of the jaguar.
Okay.
And you, Tony, will gain the power of the tiger. Oh my god, that's funny. I didn't even plan that shit. I didn't know what your character's name was until we started, and I would have chose what animals they were against the colors. Because it's just the jungle fury guys.
Amazing. Flawless.
Yo, that's awesome.
Love it. All right. Well, if Tony isn't already going to do it, then I'm going to say the phrase and press the red button.
It's morphin' time.
You just instinctively do this pose. It's just like your body's automatically just go into this pose. And you transform. And I did show you pictures of the outfits in our Discord. For
8
those
years
at
ago.
home, for those at home, it is the 3 main Jungle Fury Rangers. That's the outfits and power set we chose, or I chose.
Yeah.
So it's just easier without having to pay for artwork and figure stuff out.
Jungle Fury.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I'll
in the
write that
chat
down.
too.
So you transform and you feel stronger and mightier than before.
Cool.
It's like, yes. Now it's gonna be a trial of fire. There's already the Black Prince has already sent some forces down to the city. I will teleport you there.
What? We don't need what?
Wouldn't a gun be better if they're just guys?
No, that they're
Let's do it.
monstrous things too. But anyway, you will fight them. The knowledge on how to fight and the skills you need will instinctively go into your minds. That is the power of the Morphing Grid.
Oh, so like the Matrix.
I've only
Okay.
seen the second movie of those.
What? Why? Why?
Is it the highway scene? Is that why?
I don't go to the movies often. I just went in, gave him $1, or gave him the money, and said I want to see the next movie that's starting. And it was The Matrix at the time, and I went and watched. I was really confused, to be honest. Anyway, go save the world! As he snaps his fingers, and you teleport into the middle of a generic-looking plaza.
Generic Plaza. That's right. There's that.
So we're in our
garage
suits
there.
now.
Yes.
Is
correct.
it still like nighttime dark out?
It is starting to get a little bit lighter as you kind of notice that instead of that the thing that was blocking the sun looks a bit like a skull moving across it.
Cool. Cool. Love that. Hate that.
That's a fun coincidence.
That's not a coincidence, bro.
It's a skull, like a human skull, like their foe, like us. What are the chances aliens have the same skull we have?
Pretty dang high, considering the alien we just talked to also had a human skull just like us.
Oh,
As you see six,
that's right.
you see 6 figures standing around you. They're wearing like black ninja outfits, but they're and they have like what appears to be red Tengu kind of masks. You know, the ones with a long nose,
Mhm.
and they're just like. "Ah!"
I yell back. I scream back at them. Ah!
Ah,
I go into a fighting stance.
Right. That is roll initiative. Now everyone should have initiative skill.
Yes. What if you have nothing in it? It's you roll a
Then you roll with
d20
this-
and
You roll 2d20, take the lowest.
okay.
but if you have the skill, you only roll the d20 once.
Yeah, if you have the skill, it'd be a d20 plus a d2 unless something else modifies it.
Yeah, or you
but
have a
depending on
d4
your
or d6 or whatever.
Oh wow, only have 1d20 out here? Huh.
I need a
I
better
have-
D2.
Played so many games without d20s that I only have one on my at the ready.
Don't you have like 3 dice bags behind your dice tray?
Yeah, I just didn't have my actual tray.
Ah, okay. So as is typical, because I am me, I go at 3.
All right.
I rolled a 3 and a
Oh.
5.
Spencer, what'd you put in the chat?
16.
16 initiative.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Cheetah beats tiger.
This time.
The spots make you more aerodynamic.
And the bad guys go at 4.
Okay.
Okay. Damn it, I went after the bad guys.
Oh,
So Spencer,
that's it. You'll get them next time.
YOLO Cheetah.
Well,
There
if
are
I have
6
all
of
my,
them.
there's 8.
Are there?
6.
Yeah, 2 for each of us.
Why did I write 8? I didn't
Oh.
write 8. Okay, I'm gonna look at the front 2 and say you're going down this time, and I'm gonna run up and use my what's that personal power I have that lets me attack twice and then get a follow-up attack?
Triple strike.
I'm gonna run up and triple strike a pair of them. I hit 2 of them and then follow up on whichever one is alive. If
What are you attacking with?
my fists,
Hmm.
the triple strike is only
Hey,
your,
he didn't give us weapons or tell us that we could summon them.
We get that
Do
knowledge
you
automatically, I
instinctively
think.
know how.
Yeah, you instinctively know how to summon your power weapons. So that is in your mind. You just do a little pose and be like, power or whatever name of your weapon, and it summons.
all right. So I get a D8 for these attacks.
And a d20. All rolls a d20 plus the
Well,
number
yeah,
of your
yeah.
skill. Yeah.
Okay, first attack on the first one. What does specialized mean? Oh wait, it means I'm specialized.
Specialized means
You get a
if you all the
number.
dice in the thing. So
Oh, good.
yeah, so you'd roll the d20 and you say, what's your skill level one?
I've got a D8 and specialized in martial arts.
Yeah, so you'd roll a d8, a d6, a d4, a d2 plus d20. Take the d20 roll and whatever's the highest on the other dice.
Shit.
Well, I rolled a 3 on the D20, but a 9 overall on the first attack.
All right, so the first attack misses as you swing, your martial arts like attack. The creature just kind of like dodges a little, just like because it's doing the weird dance thing, and you're just kind of like, whoa, these guys are weird.
All right, second attack on the one next to it. Then another 3 on the D20 and another. This one's a 10.
So a total of 10 or
Total of 10.
you missed again as you
Oof.
swing another blow, and the other one's just like.
It's almost like you should have
Short
trained us.
I'm gonna
No, he's
say
just rolling bad on the d20.
hold still, and then one more time. This time I got an 11.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just missed for that one too. So you get the 3 attacks, and they're just all the 2 of them are just like.
These guys, I call back to the group. Look out, they're bendy.
Mhm.
Oh,
Tony, Tiger.
Andy.
It's flopping all over.
power axe, go! And I attack with the power axe, whose stats are in this book somewhere. I believe it's a might roll to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, might roll. Since I have that boosted thing, it got upshifted. So then I roll a d20 and then a d8.
All right. And I'm together.
Okay, 7 plus 8 is 15.
All right. You hit and you slam into it with your axe, and it just falls to the ground and like does this little like bouncing motion and just shatters into a bunch of pieces.
Oh, fun.
Great job, Tony.
That's what I do.
Or do we have code names?
Not yet.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
All
not
right.
yet. We don't.
Their turns. Give me the fucking okay.
You're right over there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be
What?
evasive by modeling their movements.
What is Spencer's toughness?
15.
All right. Both of them attack you and just miss. They're just like swinging wildly.
This is like a dance, but I'm not leading.
Mhm.
What?
What is Tony's toughness?
14.
All right. It just hit, which means you take 1 health damage.
Okay. Okay.
And Piper's
13. Or sorry, 15 when morphed.
both miss.
So just as a clear up for how this works, how would evasion come into this exact situation? Would be able to choose one, or
I would assume evasion would be like when you get hit by an explosion.
The rules are a little unclear.
okay?
So if toughness is kind of like think physical, just they're hitting you and it just doesn't hurt you. Evasion is kind of like getting out of the way, but when you morph, your defense bonuses go to toughness. So typically, your toughness is going to be higher than your evasion most of the time.
That's not the case for this character.
So yeah, it's kind of weird because there's parts where it indicates you choose and other parts where it just seems to go straight to toughness all the time, unless it's like an area effect.
I guess maybe it depends on the effect of the weapon.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. So we'll play with by ear and see how it works. Anyway, Piper. Pierre.
I'm gonna shout power bow and try to summon a bow.
A bow forms in your hand. You put it on, it looks nice.
Okay, so it says that I have multiple targets, 2 30-foot radius, and then it's the like down arrow 1.
So you do 1 shift down and you can do that whatever it was beforehand.
Okay, so I can hit 2 creatures, but I would roll 1 dice lower to actually hit them.
Yes, you would shift your skill dice down.
Okay, so I have a D4 in targeting, so it would be a D2.
Yeah, it'd be D20 and plus D2 on both to hit either of to
Okay,
attack. Yeah, you got it.
so for my D2, I'm just gonna do a D6 and divide it in half.
Whichever way works.
Ooh, that's really good. 17.
Right. You fire your bow and hit the one, and it goes flying back like a cheap movie and
Ha-ha!
explodes into hundreds of pieces.
And against the second one.
Great job.
Oh, that's way worse. That's a garbage. That's a 5.
Yeah, you fire your arrow, you totally miss, and you just see someone in the background walking with some watermelons, and it just goes through a watermelon.
I have a D20. It's a very wibbly dice. The
Look
first
out,
time I
watermelon
got a
guy.
16, and the second time I got a 4. Okay.
My melons!
God damn it.
This guy's gonna come back, isn't he?
Probably.
It's possible.
Back to the top, Spencer.
All right, let's try this again. Now I know what they're doing this time. I'm gonna try this triple strike one more time. On the 2 that I'm my 2 foes. That's better. 16 for the first
Hits.
one. Hits.
So you strike with your first attack, hitting them. Now they have 1 health, so it is down. It just goes on the ground, just like ooh, and just shatters.
Ooh. 12.
12. That unfortunately will miss. Their to hit is 13.
I get my follow-up though.
Yep.
Nope. Follow-up misses is 2. The 2 bendy.
Rip.
Just like ha ha. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Aim for the core, Tony.
Tony, your turn.
I aim for the core.
That's the part that bends the least when they're flopping around.
18.
Hit. You just swing with the axe, just hit him in the the stomach area. It just goes straight through, and he just stands there, looks at you, he's like, whoop, uh-oh. And it just boom, does that, cracks apart into the pieces.
Nice.
So that leaves 2 left. They're both like looking around, seeing 3 of you, seeing their friends, are just like, and both just they like jump and teleport away.
What? That's not
That was
fair.
smart of them. They were smart to run.
Are there any remnants of them left on the ground?
The remnants also disappeared with them.
Is the guy that had the melon okay?
Yeah, you just see him sitting there looking at his melon like, it had so much life left.
It was. Never mind.
It would have been a great meal for someone.
It could still be a great meal. It just has an arrow in it. It's a watermelon. It's already been plucked. It's not going anywhere.
Do
Not
these
like it can
magic arrows
continue
disappear?
growing.
It's just like, it has been pierced.
What?
Yeah, you can drink it. Drink out the hole. Like one of those
You,
vodka
watermelon
melons.
merchant. You're right. It can still be a great meal for you.
Such a beautiful color of green.
Be the watermelon consumer you want to see in the world.
It's got stripes like you, Tony.
You're right. It does.
It's like, I've got maybe I can sell it at a discount. And as you do that, you hear your communicators go off, and just a voice like, you drove away the first little scouting party. I'm teleporting you back to the base.
That was nothing.
Okay.
And I just teleport back to the base. You
Neat.
see, Barza's just like, your first fight wasn't much, but got you done. I mean, that was a scouting party. He was seeing if there was defenders this time, and there is mighty defenders.
Will he be scared away and leave?
No,
I was gonna say
It'd
probably
take, like-
not. Like
Those weren't
honestly,
people
that
we killed,
wasn't
were
that
they?
impressive. I really
it takes
hope
several
not.
encounters that escalate in power and challenge as we go along.
You didn't answer him though. Were
Huh?
those people?
Yeah, are we murderers? 'Cause
No,
I'm
no.
not cool with that.
No. The minions of the Black Pins are evil spirits given physical form.
Okay.
That's generic enough for me.
Don't worry, all of them were, horrible things in life.
Oh,
So we killed
well,
a ghost.
I'm a bit tapped out.
Kind of, yeah. Yes. You
Yeah,
can
do you need
teleport
to
here
like
when
heal or something? You did get kind of punched a little bit by one of those things, didn't you?
Tony, are you okay, Tony?
Yeah, I'm good.
would you say you're great?
Yes, I would.
Cereal is a great way to start the day.
It
Can't believe that
is.
happened. That's funny. Anyway. So yeah.
I feel like I've
Oh.
depleted an energy source I didn't
Yes.
realize I had.
Now, before we go, before I send there are 3 rules to being a ranger.
Right. Okay.
Never use your powers for personal gain. Mhm.
Okay.
2, never escalate a fight.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And 3, keep your identity secret. It protects you and your family. It also helps with the other one, where you don't do personal gain.
I can see how that would work. Yeah.
So we're gonna need like code names then. Yeah.
Most
Uh,
likely, yes.
Yeah, someone yelled my name during that fight. I know I said Tony a bunch of times,
That's true.
Yes.
You did.
but
Thankfully,
there's like
Tony's
17
a
Tonys in our
fairly-
school.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
that
there's
is a fairly common
Mhm.
name.
only
That's
5
true.
Pipers and 11 Spencers.
Yeah, Piper's kind of a. It's odd that you know that how many of people. Anyway,
yeah, you can come with code names, or you could just call yourselves like Red Tiger, Yellow Cheetah, Blue Jaguar.
Yeah, I can see that working.
that could work, I guess.
Like something like
Cheetahs
that.
are pretty good climbers.
Yeah, they're also neurotic.
What was that? One more
Yep.
time?
They're also gonna be very neurotic. Sometimes
Neurotic?
zoos give 'em- neurotic, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes dogs give sometimes zoos have little dogs that accompany the cheetahs and the pins because they have anxiety and stuff.
Cheetah
What a
has
great job.
anxiety dog. That is
It
honestly a
is.
great job. Yeah.
We should free them. They shouldn't be in prison.
They're
Actually,
not in
cheetahs.
prison, they're in a zoo.
The
Yeah,
zoo is
cheetahs-
a prison.
Cheetah actually having them in zoos is actually a good thing. Nature has really screwed them over when it comes to survival because they do one thing and one thing only: run fast.
Yeah, Angel
Okay,
Grove isn't
okay.
exactly their natural
yeah,
habitat.
We wouldn't free them
Okay,
in Angel
I
Grove.
have
We
an,
would,
okay, guys,
Uh-huh.
I have an idea, and it might be stupid.
We
Tell
bought
me
a
if it is,
zoo.
but what if we
Shoot.
send the cheetahs to Australia?
They'd be annihilated.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Like everything there,
like-
we're just like we're going to screw these guys as much as Africa does.
that place has
Just
too
checking.
much of something, but I don't remember what.
Of
Death.
everything. Too much of everything.
But yes, you are the heroes. So
So is
Black-
that all we're gonna fight? Just more of those each time?
no, often he'll probably send stronger minions that are like henchmen or lieutenants or sergeants to lead things, and they'll be bigger and tougher than the rest.
Okay. I have lots of questions.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I might need to write them all down. Okay.
Do we need to
so-
come back here? Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
how do we get here? Because like
You're
do we just like call you and you teleport us?
Do we
right,
press the
so-
button and say beam us up? Like Tony was saying?
I did say that.
yeah, just open up the phone and hit 129, and it will transport you here.
Okay.
Does that mean there's other numbers we could put in to go other
And
places?
then how do we how do we go home?
Oh, I can just send you them.
Okay, well yeah, I'm just saying just like
And if I'm not
eventually.
here, you can just go stand on that little pad over there, and it'll just send you right home.
Oh, okay. When we say home, does it mean like my house or like where you found us in the high school?
Anywhere within Angel Grove.
Oh, so we just like
just
think
kinda-
about it and we go there?
Yeah, Yeah, you just think of where you're going to go.
That's cool.
So we could use this instead of driving around. We could just teleport here and then teleport to our destination.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be.
Do
have
not
the
use
joy
your
of driving
powers
around.
for personal gain.
Also, that
Yeah.
But if it makes us
Um,
have better physical, mental health, not having to, spend all
That's
that waste time.
that's like the definition of personal gain, man. You
No,
literally
you-
just
oh
said
wait,
Mhm.
yeah.
benefiting myself is personal gain.
yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Anyway, so like I have many questions. What the heck is this suit made out of? Because I feel like it feels like polyester, but I feel like it's probably not that.
It's shiny.
It's made out of a biomorphic film that acts as armor.
I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to learn.
It's
Do we have
made
to
out
clean
of.
it?
No, it's auto cleaning.
Oh,
You just demorph and it cleans up and prepares itself.
That's really useful.
Yeah, think of it as solidified morphic energy.
I'm afraid that doesn't help.
You
Ah.
mentioned the morphing grid. I
Mhm,
don't know what that is. I'm very interested.
Is it like the Force?
Like you mentioned
Sounds
that
like
it's
the
a
Force.
bioenergy grid. Is it like a
mhm.
like a field of particles that just is everywhere and we just can't see it, or
Sort of.
Like
And yes,
dark
it's a
matter?
bit- yeah, it's a bit like the Force in a way, in that it connects living things. It's generated by the living of the universe, of the cosmos, of the multiverse, but it also connects all multiverses. It's just this field that penetrates through and around everything. And once you learn how to tap into it, you can gain great power and stuff. There's even a world that's used it to create an entire system of clean energy.
Can
We should do that here.
Wait, no personal gain. Never mind.
well, it wouldn't necessarily be personal gain. We'd be using it to help all the people. In the
We can
world.
use it for everywhere except California. Then we won't gain, and everyone else will.
Well,
well-
it doesn't have to personally benefit us if it benefits everyone else too.
Different ranger groups have different rules, and they also
Okay.
had to fight for a couple years against several forces of evil that were trying to circumvent and gain control over it.
No.
So that was a downer.
So,
Sounds like it.
what's the Black Prince's like? What's his goal?
Yeah,
What's
you
he want?
mentioned that he wants to conquer the world, but like, what does that entail? Is it like take over
Installing morphic
financial?
energy fields?
Well, his
Fixing the
modus
Super Bowl?
operandi, for the most part, is to get to a new world, take it over, enslave its people to mine all of its resources and valuables, so that he can sell it or utilize it for his vast empire, and or to sell it to other people's.
Sucks for him
economic-
because we've already done most of that already.
Yeah,
And
our planet's
then
okay.
basically he sells the people off if there's any value to it, and then just leaves a barren wasteland.
Mm.
I feel like I've noticed some flaws and some inconsistencies, but I'm not going to dwell on it.
He's
Mm.
evil. They're not considered the brightest of peoples.
Mm.
How do we fight a spaceship?
Yeah, that's a lot. Like
It's as
I
big as the
summoned a
moon.
bow out of thin air, so that's kind of cool. But like that ain't gonna do shit all to a spaceship.
I am
Kinda-
currently working on that.
Big cannon.
Are we gonna get a spaceship?
Can we get spaceships?
Not quite.
Spaceships, you say?
I am working
Okay.
on great machines that'll aid you in battle, but it's been a long time since I've had to use them, so they are still being fueled and powered up.
Okay.
It just takes some time. Sorry, it's been a couple thousand years since Rangers really have been needed. Well, a couple centuries since the last team, but thousands of years since really needed. There's a few minor instances a bit ago.
That's back in Plato times.
And, and what were those? What were those incidents? What happened then?
That's a story for another time.
Hmm.
But
Doesn't
suffice it to
know.
say, I do know. Well,
remember?
I do remember that when I first came to this planet, basically the Saurian peoples were needed help fighting the great Unmaker who was coming to destroy the planet to take its molten core to power its engines.
Is that a Mad Libs?
When you say Saurian,
Intelligent dinosaur people.
here,
No further questions.
Oh.
I get it.
Mhm.
I have so many further questions.
You can ask our history teacher on Monday.
doesn't know shit about saurians. Those aren't real.
Give him some credit. He's doing his best.
And the time before that, which was a little bit less of a threat, was where your ancestors came in. I summoned them together to gain a group of people because a individual learned how to tap into the grid who is not of pure heart and develop some evil ranger powers and try to become a warlord over their land. So I summoned some heroes to stop him, and they did.
Our ancestors were also rangers.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
say that earlier.
Mhm.
What are the chances that our ancestors were together and now we're together?
Pretty good considering the Morphing Grid has a habit of drawing together stuff to ensure fate is made. It's also temporal. It goes through time and space.
Whoa.
Okay.
The Morphing Grid is a very good ex machina so that it can explain damn near anything you want it to.
Piper, you're smart. Does this make sense?
No. I mean, like some of it does, like the concept of a grid, like a field that suffuses everything. Like honestly, that I could see because like the universe is weird, and we didn't know black holes existed until like a couple decades ago, and they are.
Oh, they didn't.
weird. What?
I'm
What?
worried now.
What's going on?
Celestial calamity is my greatest fear.
What?
So is that it for today? We have a festival to prepare for.
Yeah, you. That's another
Yeah,
thing. Is
our professor
make sure you
might
don't.
get,
Yeah,
uh,
make sure you live your lives and don't dwell too much on saving the world all the time because you deserve to have your own lives too and not be obsessed with everything. Try your best. No stress.
I do really like having. I feel the power in me. I feel like I like this. And he does a few flips and jumps around.
Mm-hmm.
It's much
Yeah.
easier now.
Yeah, you jump higher. Mhm.
okay.
Remember, the 3 rules, and as long as they're there, the power will protect you.
Is this eclipse going to be there until we?
Oh no, the ship's already
Whatever.
landed on the moon.
The moon?
That can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it
It-
doesn't disturb our original landing site with the footprints and the flag, the MTV flag.
Oh no, they always go on the dark side.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I mean, it's called the Black Prince. I mean, come on.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Also,
Yeah.
like with a sufficiently, I mean, if the chip was big enough to block out the sun, you could probably see it if it was on the light side of the moon with a sufficiently powerful telescope, which
The
honestly
other thing-
doesn't have to be that
The
strong.
other thing to remember about size though is also where it's at between you and the sun. So something really big can be at different.
Perihelion.
Yeah. So it might
I don't
not
know
be
what that
as
word
big
means.
as you think. It's where something is in relation. Anyway, yeah, I
It's
can
all
teleport you back.
geometry, simple geometry.
Yeah, our professor might be thinking we died or something.
I don't know. I think he'd be worried about surprise eclipses and earthquakes.
And
Well,
I would
I
assume
hope he's
the 3
okay.
teenagers that were left under his care that just vanish.
He ran out of the room at some point.
Yeah,
So
he went
he-
to go talk to another teacher and was gonna come back, presumably.
If we just appear out of nowhere, he might get suspicious.
Well, I can teleport you back to an area that is secure away from people and you can walk in later.
That closet that has all the construction paper in it, that would probably, if you close the door, that'd be safe to go back to.
I'll just
Yeah.
teleport you into the bathrooms.
That works. That's probably better.
Yeah, just demorph and get on the pad.
Okay.
And if you need
How do-
anything, you
how
have
do-
your.
So to demorph, do you press the green button?
No.
Wax off? Did you say wax off?
Well, to morph, we had to press the red button and save
Oh.
the thing.
And
You-
red's
you
the
just-
opposite of green.
Just hit the side of the helmet here.
Oh,
Wait, what if the bad guys do that? Could they punch us in the brain and then we turn off?
No, it's based on your physiology, so only you can do it. And there's also
Smart.
yeah,
what if
there's
they do
also
the like stop poking yourself thing?
as I was just about to say, as you interrupted me. You.
You're
there
old, you
is
talk slow.
There is a element of will, so you have to do it while also wanting to do it.
Okay.
Oh, green is the color of will.
Yes. Which actually would make that one hero, Shazam, actually be more useful if whenever he said Shazam, it was actually him wanting to do it instead of every time he said the name, it transformed him.
Wait, Luke, I thought you were the Yellow Ranger.
I am the Yellow Ranger.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry, I got confused.
Yellow is a color of fear.
Yes.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern
Yeah.
references.
Yeah, I got the reference.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and I will probably have a very long list of questions for you tomorrow.
No, that's good. You can come by anytime. We have a whole entire lab that you can explore too.
You said the magic words for Piper.
Yes. It's always like trying to have one member of the team who is somewhat intelligent, just in case I go into one of my sabbaticals and you can actually take over and do the tech for the team if needed.
Well, hopefully not anytime soon, though.
Yeah, I really like skeet ball, so sometimes I go and play that for a couple days.
Like in that movie.
For a couple of days,
I'm really competitive.
apparently.
But that's a one person, that's not even a versus game.
Well, no, you just get high score and then
You compete with others for the highest score on the different machines.
Yeah.
There's a whole league.
Did you
Anyway.
say skee ball or skeet ball?
Ski ball.
Ski ball.
Skeet skeet.
no.
Right, go.
All right, I'm gonna demorph and step on the platform.
I'm gonna demorph
Dang.
as well. Do we get all our clothes and like our backpacks and stuff back?
Yeah, when you morph, it just disappears and comes back on you.
Mm,
It's actually pretty nifty. It's very useful.
Toot your own
Tony-
horn.
Tony going with them?
Yes.
All right. You teleport back and you go into your respective restrooms and walk out.
Neat.
You return to your room. You don't see the professor at first, but after a few seconds of you guys go, you see the professor come in, like wet and like cover, soaking wet and stuff. He's like, huh, huh.
Are you
Hi
okay?
guys.
Where were
Yeah.
you?
Well, I went into the gym area to talk to the guy about the boat, right? For the boat of Theseus.
And
And he
you
was
fell off the
showing it
boat?
to me, and the earth and the ground started shaking like an earthquake, and I fell in the pool.
Ah,
That's a
that
bummer.
sucks.
The boat didn't protect you, did it?
No, I've never been in a canoe on a pool before, so earthquake right in, and they had to take me out and do a little CPR on me, and I'm good now.
Oh,
Oh,
that's good.
good.
Well, you should stay
Yeah.
away from pools, I guess.
We were
Scenery.
gonna go home and maybe brainstorm some ideas at home.
What? Yeah, they did say because of the earthquake that the students should probably go home and so we can check. It wasn't a big earthquake, but it also got pretty dark for some reason.
It's
Yeah.
probably gonna be a bigger one later.
Mm.
It's probably
Possibly.
a foreshock. They're called foreshocks.
Yeah, I want to check on my dog, make sure they're okay and all.
Ah, I got a dog too.
Oh, okay.
Exciting to know.
It's a Doberman thinker.
Oh my god.
Teach.
I'm
I
just
feel like
leaving.
I feel like that's a joke or a reference to something, but I don't care enough to ask.
Doberman Pinscher.
But
Is pincher philosophy?
No,
Dude,
just-
come on.
Because philosophy is full of thinkers.
Oh, so the pincer part isn't related at all. It's just
No,
a
not
replacement.
at all.
It's wordplay. I understand that.
Yeah, Piper goes back out to her out to the parking lot to get to her very crappy looking beat up vehicle that she mostly put back together.
Oh, neat.
Is this like a
And-
small town type of place?
Are there small towns in Southern California,
yeah.
or
I
are we
mean,
just
I
like in the
assume they
valley?
have to be.
They actually say about how big Angel Grove is. Hold on.
I'm just like wondering if it's like a type of place where you could just walk to different places. It'd be reasonable to walk
I
between
picture
places.
it's a little bit between, like walking from the school to like from like. Yeah, I would imagine that you could.
I mean, there might be suburban areas within them, like
Oh,
right
yeah.
around the schools. That's where they are around here. Like all the schools I went to, I could walk to them from where I lived.
Yeah.
I know a lot of stuff is walkable.
I think
Um,
Spencer would just start walking home.
mhm.
I mean, totally understand if you just want the energy up, but I could also give you a ride if you
So
want.
according to this, it's a small coastal city halfway between Los Angeles and San Diego, and it's got a population of over 1 million.
Okay.
Oh, 1 million. That's twice as big as the city in which I reside.
Hmm.
Last I checked.
Yeah, it's roughly twice the size of Baltimore too. Yeah,
Hmm.
Baltimore has lost a lot of people the last several years.
I'll
COVID.
take the bus home.
Right. Yeah, they got a bunch of free buses that run on the hybrid biofuel electrical, because Angel Grove is top notch when it comes to being progressive when it comes to the environment.
Oh, word.
Word.
Mhm. To your mother.
It's all just a ploy to get money.
Anyways,
Yeah. And
There you
then,
go.
Back to reality.
Mhm.
yeah, head home, I
Okay.
guess. And
Tony's gonna go home and ask his dad if anything happened. His dad is a firefighter.
He's like, well, yeah, there's not too much. We did have a couple fires break out to the earthquake, and several cats going up in trees. People are calling us for that.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, pretty busy, but not too bad. Not too bad. It was very minor, only like barely a 4, which for California is not much. I think
no,
that's
not at all.
okay. I think you can fill it at a 4, as it's 5. I don't know earthquakes people at home because we're in
I think-
Maryland
I
and
think
we
a
don't get
Cat
those
5 is the
fuckers.
worst. That's a tornado.
No.
That's a tornado.
It goes up to a 9.9 because it's logarithmic. Yeah, we've had one, like, in real life, Baltimore City has had one noticeable earthquake in the last like century. And that was a couple years ago, and it was just like,
It knocked some
Big-
shit off the shelf, and that was about it.
yeah, it knocked over a lawn chair, and that was the
I was on a
greatest
boat,
victim.
so I didn't notice, which is normally where you don't want to be during an earthquake. But in this,
I
case,
was
Yeah.
in a skyscraper, so I noticed.
I was
Those
at
are supposed
home.
to flop around.
Yeah,
Like I honestly, when it first happened, I straight up thought it was the wind, but I'm like, wait a minute, the wind is not this strong. Because I literally like, you know that scene in Jurassic Park
Mhm.
where they're like the water ripples. I was looking at my cup of tea doing that, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Monster
there's
coming.
a brontosaurus coming around.
And like our HR manager comes through the door. She's like, I think it's an earthquake. She's like holding onto the door for dear life. And I'm like, this is
we
you get under a
have
desk?
those.
yeah, that was my reaction. And also, like, it's way scarier when it's windy.
yeah. I
Like,
just thought it was like very large, like those huge semi or trucks that are carrying like tanks and stuff from the army base going down the street got because they're lost or something. Because that's what I felt like, just large truck nearby. But anyway, to the game. Yeah, so
Okay.
your dad's like, yeah, some minor fires stuff. Though I did see on the news that a group of brightly spandex wearing people showed up and started fighting these weird masked figures that were causing some trouble downtown. Amazing.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
up into my room. Thanks. Bye, Dad.
But dinner in 2 hours.
Yay!
We're having chili.
Yay!
7 alarm.
Yes.
A lot of alarms.
Yes.
West Mex.
Extreme heat for white people.
Yeah.
So Piper, you walk home, your dog's just sitting there. What kind of dog is it?
it is a black lab. She does not walk home though. She drives her car.
Hmm.
It's a black lab named Moose.
Moose just sitting there.
Big.
Yeah, he was the biggest of his litter, and is one of those animals that doesn't really think before he walks into a room, and is known for carrying in sticks and just breaking everything on the way in.
Mhm.
So Moose.
Just sits there staring at you, looks
Hey,
over at its
buddy.
bowl.
It's not dinner time yet. I know it was dark out for a few minutes, but it's light out again
Ruff.
now.
Ruff.
Fine, you can have a little bit of kibble, but I can't overfeed you. It's not my fault the vet called you fat.
Goes over at his bowl waiting.
Yeah, I'll give him a little bit of kibble. Oh, one of those dogs that just like vacuums it up the second it hits the bowl. Yeah, that reminds me of the black lab we had. Yep. Yeah, and then her parents tend to work pretty late, so she's probably just gonna go into her room and start writing down a list of questions to ask. I can't remember his name.
Barza,
Barza, the sage.
like orzo, the pasta.
Oh, that's not going to be confusing later.
Not at all. Nope, not at all.
Barza is a person as well.
So that's what you're doing. And what's Spencer doing as he gets home?
Spencer, on his way home, he has a protein bar, and after he gets home, his parents are still at work, so he puts his stuff away and then gets into like fitness clothes and goes for a run to clear his head. Not sure if what he saw was real or what the hell happened, but not really thinking about it.
Hmm.
He's not studying anything, that's for sure. Schoolwork's a low priority.
So the night goes down, sun sets, and you have a decent night. Get the dinners, get the bed, do what studying. If you are those kind of kids, you study all that stuff, and then you wake up and rouse check. Anyway, for those who don't get it, that's a Vampire the Masquerade.
I'm
joke.
hungry. I eat breakfast. a healthy oatmeal with fruit in it.
Ooh, fruit, yeah. Eat breakfast. You go to school that day. Nothing major happens. It's just a normal like Wednesday. So everybody's kind of like, meh. It's Wednesday.
Is there a lot of like rumors or scuttlebutt about the masked weirdos sliding around on
Yeah.
the streets?
Yeah. So there are some people talking, whereas they do say that a few people were saying that they heard from people downtown and stuff that a bunch of weird mask guys started just appeared out of nowhere and started causing mayhem, attacking things, throwing like rocks through glass and just being a nuisance. And then 3 brightly colored individuals showed up and beat the shit out of them and then basically drove them away and disappeared not soon afterwards. The only casualty seemed to be melon
What a waste.
and some glass and a few other things. But there's also speculation because the whole eclipse was weird because it was like almost looked like a ship shaped like a skull, but that doesn't make sense, because aliens aren't real.
Skulls have holes in it. You can't make a ship out of a skull.
Yeah.
Where would the air go?
Like a skull.
But people are speculating what happened. Some people are like, it's the Mayan apocalypse. They're just a decade late.
Those
Oh,
damn
just
melon
missed-
farmers.
What?
2022 instead of 2012.
If that was supposed to be the apocalypse, why are we still here?
It's the beginning of the apocalypse. It's going to take 22 days.
And in 22 days, they're going to escalate from throwing rocks to the end of the
Well,
world.
The
Well,
rocks are
Russia
just
was
going to
very
get bigger and
old.
bigger until we turn into the dinosaur crater.
The idea of what an apocalypse was has changed since the Mayan times.
I mean, I'm just I feel like there are much more impressive ways to start out the warning of the oncoming apocalypse than breaking a few windows.
I sailed the ocean blue.
Well, that's what happened to Angel Grove. Things could have happened in the rest of the world, possibly.
Did they? We have access to the internet.
No, there's very little on the internet that of what
The
happened.
media is not going to tell us the truth. They're going to cover everything up.
Well, yeah, that's why you go to social media.
Yeah, so
Trust
you
those people, they're always in it for the clicks or the likes or the sponsorships.
I mean,
Yep.
everybody's in it for something.
Sponsorships.
Time I see one of those things, it's like sell our water bottles.
so as you
I already have a
sending-
water bottle, Piper.
As we're sitting there, Kevin.
Edison and stuff, things going on. Eventually the one teacher comes in, it's your English teacher. She's all like, hey class, yesterday we had some interesting time. You all heard about the things. I know people keep talking about it, but I just saw on the news when I was at the teacher lounge having lunch that they think it was possibly a play of some kind or a movie promotion.
Flash
about
mob?
Yeah, something like that. So that's what the news is saying. It probably is some sort of
That blocked
promotion for
out
a
the
movie.
sun?
No, that part was apparently some sort of like or a asteroid or something that that NASA just missed that came very close, and they're trying to figure out how they missed it.
Those
It was
clowns, they're
two
not.
Oh,
and
okay.
non-connected things.
Okay, so
Moon
there
landing's
was.
fake.
But then what caused the earthquake?
What did?
We're California.
California.
Oh, okay, so it was an earthquake and a meteorite and a promotional movie stunt all at the exact same time.
Yes, a just total coincidence of things.
That
For
makes
us, it
sense.
was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday, man. It's Wednesday now.
Yeah.
Wednesday, my dudes. Ah.
Call back.
Is that guy with the hat that yells over the mountains?
No, maybe. Maybe.
No,
That was
no,
also the name of our
that's a
Discord
different
for a short while.
it's Wednesday, my dudes. It's an old Vine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen Vines one time on a single occasion.
I feel certain you've seen more than that, just in GIFs in our Discord.
Gifs and Vines aren't the
Don't know it.
same.
What's a GIF of a
Some-
Vine? Anyway,
Some gifts are fine.
I don't click on any of those things. If it plays automatically, I'll watch it. Otherwise, it's not for me.
All the jokes I send.
You're not getting my clicks, Kevin.
They're not mine. They're other people's. What the fuck was that?
Mm.
Like a random ass, like feather or some shit just fell out of the ceiling.
A feather.
Yeah, it seemed like a feather or a big old dust ball of some kind.
Those are very
man.
different things. I don't think you should have a feather in your house that you don't know about.
Could
Yeah,
it
I know,
be
that's why
a,
it's
could
weird.
it be a piece of a dog toy?
Could have been who knows what. But anyway, end the game. After the school day, your phones beep.
I'm assuming it
Beep.
is the
Mhm.
morpher
Magic phone or space phone?
The magic space phone.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like beep 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 beep.
I'm alone in a corner of some hallway, so I look at mine because nobody's paying attention to me.
It just as you pull it out, it like flips open. It's like Rangers. It's Barza. Report to the command center after school.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy thinks he can boss me around.
Yes.
What if he could?
Like,
Oh,
So after school,
we don't
You,
know. I don't know enough. Yeah.
do you teleport to cave command center?
yeah, I'll meet up with the rest of them and then.
Our special
So-
abandoned bathrooms that nobody uses but us, and then we can teleport from there.
We actually had those in my high school. There were two bathrooms that someone
like
put
the
a cherry
good
bomb in.
bathrooms and then the shitty bathrooms that no one
They
uses.
were all pretty shitty. But yeah, someone actually put a cherry bomb down them a couple years before I got there, and everyone just assumed they just never repaired them, but they actually did, and people just never used them because they just every year people were like, "Oh, those are broken." Someone put a cherry bomb down there a couple years ago, and people just assumed no one used them.
Our
but then
area
I
that
walk-
our area of like that was the area that was like the yearbook room, but it was also like the dark room because they had like photography classes where you could actually like develop your own stuff. So that was the room that like unless photography class was currently happening, always empty.
Anyway, so you go into those special bathrooms, and you teleport to this command cave.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barza's there. He's like, my Rangers. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
More ghost monsters today.
Not yet.
Good.
but
'cause I
also
have
know-
questions.
Yes, it's been a day. I figured it'd be time for you to kind of contemplate and think about what's going on a little, and if you had some questions or need more information.
Okay, so like how will we you said that the Black Prince will start sending more and more powerful foes, right? How do we know what is going to be like a little weenie like the things that we fought yesterday and what's going to be like, oh, this is a tough guy?
Well, he's got essentially foot soldiers, sergeants, lieutenants, and generals.
Okay.
The foot soldiers are what you fought. We shall call them tangs.
Tang.
Okay.
Yes. They are all very similar. The sergeants are very similar to tangs, but instead of the red mask, they will generally have blue masks instead, so you can distinguish them. They're a little bit tougher. Not a
Okay.
ton, but a little bit. Those are the sergeants.
Mhm.
His lieutenants would be unique creatures that he sends down that were you'll notice them because they will be quite unique and different from the rest. He will
Okay.
often utilize myths and legends or objects around there and transform them to the bodies of these spirits. And they'll be bigger, better, and more unique. His generals, on the other hand, are also unique. And really the only difference between them and the lieutenants is they are smarter. And yeah, they're just smarter and probably will flee from battle more often than just stand there and take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Within the Black Prince's actual grouping and stuff, there's more differences than they know it, but for outsiders, that's the best way to distinguish it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
We just wait till they show up and then go punch them until they disappear.
Yes.
And then eventually the Black Prince runs away from the planet.
Until we make it known that he cannot take over the planet. Yes. As
Yeah,
for why, I know one question you're going to have is why don't we contact the military and stuff?
I did ask
They're
that
not going to
yesterday.
help regular people. I don't care about anything. Just want that complex.
Anyway, so one reason we contact the authorities is generally the alien forces and stuff are actually a bit more advanced than often, so they will easily circumvent a lot of the firepower Earth militaries have.
But
And it will also escalate the conflict considerably.
okay.
That's
I
a
was gonna
rule.
say because I'm like, I think this stuff is really cool and I'm very excited. But wouldn't it be more efficient if, like, instead of picking us, you pick somebody that actually like knows how to handle themselves in a war zone? If
Or
the
like an
purpose is,
adult
like,
or something?
saving the world.
Okay, so a couple things with that. One reason to choose teenagers or youngers, normally I do teenagers more, is you are more flexible than adults. Adults often get stuck in their ways and are very rigid and stuff, which is
I'm
good
hella
for some
flexible.
circumstances. But teenagers are more flexible and more on their feet and can think outside the box a bit more. That's why
It's
I
a-
like teenagers.
Okay.
Okay.
For
Hmm.
choosing because you can anyway. So there's it's like so that's the reason of that. And also the reason for you, like I said, is one, your ancestors also participated and you're more in tune just naturally with the morphing grid. So of the billions of people on the planet, probably less than 5% of 1%, so that's 0.5% are really in tuned.
That's
Anyone
not 5
could-
That's not 0.5%.
0.05.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's 5%. Yeah.
5% of 1%. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
Are what I call attuned to the grid, which is when you morph and stuff, it synchronizes with your own biorhythms so that it enhances you greatly. Most people, if you were just to hand them a morpher and tell them to morph, it wouldn't really do that. It would be more like in conflict, like the wavelengths don't match up as well, so they wouldn't get as great of a benefit. So that's why rangers are trained or chosen specifically to get that synergy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're not as expendable as I thought.
No one's ever expendable.
Dude,
I would
come on.
never sacrifice
Brighten
you
up a
for
little.
reason. I mean, if I had my choice, I wouldn't have sent anyone after them, but I haven't been able to fight in a couple million years. Ever since I took an arrow to my knee.
A lot of numbers that don't add up here.
Really.
My
He says
species
literally
has
no
no
numbers.
maximum lifespan. So long as we stay healthy and hale, we can live for eons.
Okay.
The reason we haven't overrun the universe is our birth rate is extremely low. So we might have one kid every like 20, 40,000 years.
Makes sense.
Low birth rate.
It does.
Yes.
Yes.
They live a long time, but there's not a lot of them. You know,
Mhm.
like turtles.
Elves? Oh,
Mhm.
turtles.
So.
I like turtles.
Yes.
Turtles.
But yeah. So I like I said, I came here when the time of your dinosaurs and helped out and stayed around because I couldn't leave.
So why does no one realize that the dinosaurs were intelligent people?
Because only a handful of fossils make it throughout the things, and the fossils tend to be of those of the later Cretaceous and stuff. And most of the civilization that was the Saurian people was right at the impact zone as the world ender basically hit the planet.
Wait, how did you survive it then?
I
Yeah, where
was
were you when
in-
that happened?
I was on vacation in Fiji.
Fiji's right near where that thing hit.
No, that's Yucatan. Fiji's on the other side of the world.
Thought it was the Caribbean.
Caribbean. No, Fiji's
That's
in
all the vacation islands.
Pacific area.
Convenient.
No, I was away battling the dark one that came to the world ender. Who the person that
Thought
was
you were
doing
on vacation.
it was a joke. I was actually battling with the Rangers against this thing when the meteor hit and ended the Saurian civilization. I felt bad.
This guy talks a lot.
Yes, I'm giving you
Yeah.
exposition.
Piper's writing all this shit down too.
It's my middle name.
What's your last name?
Barza exposition.
Basil? That's like Basil exposition.
Babylon and whatnot.
My last name is Wesser.
Wesser. Okay.
Wesser.
Is that Dutch?
No, I'm not Dutch. I'm from another planet.
I mean, he is. Okay,
Mhm.
so if you're from another planet, why do you look so much like us?
Humans have this weird thing that you're native to this planet and only this planet, when humans have actually spread out throughout the galaxy in the humanoid form, and that there's a lot of intermingling. That
Since when?
Is that where the Tings look like us?
yeah, vaguely there are aliens that look alien, but there's also a lot of humanish aliens, and the reason for that is about 90,000 some years ago, some other people came from the planet, gathered up humans, and spread you throughout the galaxy, and then blah 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 blah.
Okay, well then see that makes sense why we wouldn't know that understand why you look like us. Because we didn't know they went missing.
Yeah, technically y'all look like me because my species is older, and that's because the Morphing Grid.
Whoa.
Whatever.
So you mentioned the lab.
You learned that aliens exist, and all you have to say is whatever.
It doesn't change my day to day.
It literally has changed
I was
your
gonna
day
say
to
it
day.
super
You have games-
does.
we have
Well, it
gained
changed one day so
superpower.
far.
It changed too. You just got teleported.
How long
Where
is this
are we,
Black
by
Prince
the
going to
way?
be here? Are we going to like beat him in like a weekend, or is it going to be like 8 years?
Oh, more like 7 more like individual sessions of a game or something.
All right, I can deal with that.
But,
We're
yeah.
done by Thanksgiving.
but yeah, it all depends on how frustrated he gets and everything, and we'll see. But
Are there like windows in this structure that we're in, Kevin, or is it still like just
no,
like
we're underground.
a cave? Oh, okay. Where are we, by the way?
Yeah, is this in
Like-
Fiji?
Are we
No, we're
like a couple miles outside Angel Grove, or
Mhm.
like?
You're in
Oh,
a. Hold on, they actually have names.
if this
We're in
place
the
is
rock
near the fault
quarry.
line, that's not safe. If we're in a cave
Uh,
near a fault line, I don't think that's a good idea. This place is going to come down.
Alien
mean-
alien architecture, man.
They make caves.
Yeah, we're underneath what's called Mount Aziz.
Okay.
Mount Aziz.
Yes, it's actually a semi-active volcano here. We're using the geothermal energy to power shit.
Cool. Do we know that it was semi-active, Kevin?
That doesn't make me feel better about being in a cave near a volcano.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I use the advanced technology of my people to reinforce the cave and create protective barriers. So you're actually safer here than anyone else on the planet when it comes to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions.
Oh, that's cool.
Good to know.
Not so much blizzards though.
Do you get a lot of those?
I
in
mean,
here?
it's California. We don't really get a ton of
Yeah,
those here.
don't get many blizzards, but my heating system is for shit because I built this
It's
in a volcano.
California.
That too, yeah. It's like Texas's energy grid on a little flurry, just out.
Oof. So, lab, you said.
Yes, I'll show you the lab. And as he goes to take Piper to the lab, that's where we're in tonight because there's a few things I want to do off record, so to speak, as in leveling.
Yeah.
So we can go through that. And then next week we'll play and have monsters and stuff. So it'll be fun.
Oh, Ken, so this is the part you're gonna post on your site.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to bring something up. There's a manga you can find online called The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World. It's a fantasy isekai starring the main character of a Super Sentai show, and he brings along all of the tropes, and it's great.
Nice.
There's like 13 chapters online.
I know what a Sentai is.
Yes. Well,
You think
Thank-
you do.
thank you for joining us on our first session. As kind of hinted, this is a short mini campaign, so it's only going to be about 8 sessions total, roughly. I say roughly because might end it earlier, might end it like 1 session later. It all depends, but it's not designed to be long term because we're testing out the system, seeing its weird intricacies and how the rules like toughness versus evasion stuff. Something I have to look up and see how it actually is supposed to work and all that.
Yeah.
Because it just came out a couple weeks ago, and yeah. So hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy everyone. And our jokes. It's not going to be a super serious, dark thing because it's Power Rangers. They're always
Because
like
I'm involved.
that too.
It's also just Power Rangers.
Yeah. So join us. I'm not sure what day of the week we'll be posting these episodes comparatively because we do have a pretty good
Yeah, we have a good
schedule.
schedule, so we'll see.
But we will try to make it somewhat consistent. So when you see this, just keep track and we'll keep posting. Hopefully it'll be weekly, maybe. Uploads while we do it because we are playing this weekly instead of fortnightly like our other
Yeah.
games. So we'll see. But out of the ways, hope you had fun and may the power protect you. Ha.
Ah.
Bye.
Bye.